Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Dr. Pillai has said the foundation of all religions is love. It is his desire that through the Religion of Religions YouTube channel to be uniting the many different sects of all religions by meeting in the spiritual realm, by meeting in the heart. We believe in the supreme divine power taking form in all the gods and goddesses from every religion, and we celebrate their existence on planet Earth. The intention is also to give an authentic experience of God, the experience of divine love, where there is no separation from each other. So this particular program is a planetary puja. It's a very in-depth puja, and we do it using the chart of now, based on my current location, which is here in New Mexico. My name is Swamini Valli, and I'm your host for this puja. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday. Dr. Pillai has said that the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. In doing this puja, we are honoring the light beings of the planets, the stars that those planets are in at the moment, the archetype that rules those stars, the planets that rule the various signs that the planets are in at the moment. And in addition to reflecting on these divine light beings, we're also starting to connect with the realization that the energies of all these planets and stars are also inside of all of us, and we're making interconnections with that. Some people may experience seeings, some people may experience feelings, and some people may experience understandings, and all of those are valid modes of perception. We're working with the chart of now, which is based on my current location here in New Mexico. I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. Each of these boxes represents a particular zodiac sign. If you're unfamiliar with this layout, you're welcome to watch a tutorial video. I have a link for that below this video in the show more area. We start. I have actually drawn this chart in chalk on a little chalkboard on a side table, which I'll use during the puja. I also have a lit tea light. I have a bell. I have a hand fan, and I have a bowl of fresh flower petals, which I'm going to be using during the puja. Flowers have a very beautiful esoteric property, which is they have so much purity that when we hold them, when we're doing a prayer or a mantra, that flower is able to transmit the energy of our prayer or our mantra right up into the causal plane or into the Akash and update our Akashic record that way. So we're very grateful to the flower petals, and I thank the flowers that have donated flower petals for our puja for today. I'll be putting the flower petals on the chalkboard chart, and when I say the word Namaha, in the meantime, I hold each flower petal close by my heart while we're saying the first part of the mantra. We start right now with the little container of water that I have, and I'm going to dip my ring finger into the water, sprinkle that on all four sides of the chart to purify the area, to create a sacred space for the puja, sprinkling a few drops of water on top of my own head to purify me, and sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that whether you're watching this live or watching it later on the replay, we're all participating in this puja from a sense of sacred space and feeling purified with a bit of fresh water. We start now with first invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Sring Gang, Om Sring Gang, Om Sring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja for everyone, and we thank him for his help with this. Now, we do a short Tamil chant asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. I have a link for that chant up above earlier in the chat if you're unfamiliar with it. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvar Kumikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvar Kumikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvar Kumikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us. We thank Saint Gnanasamudra for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we turn our attention to the time elements of the moment. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day, the star that the moon is in, the Tithi or the moon phase, the Hora, the planet that's ruling the hour. We will also honor the Yoga and the Karana time elements. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. Today is Thursday, ruled by Jupiter. On my little blackboard chart, I'm going to put these flower petals on Jupiter when I say Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. The moon right now is in a star called Aslesha. This is a star that contains the energy of mystical power. I put the flower petals on top of the moon as we honor this star. Om Asleshaye Namaha. Om Asleshaye Namaha. Om Asleshaye Namaha. Next, we honor the archetype that rules Aslesha, which is the Nagas. These are ancient beings who have great wisdom and know secrets about cycles of time. We ask their blessings, and I put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Nagasye Namaha. Om Nagasye Namaha. Om Nagasye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi or the moon phase. Right now, we are in the 12th waning moon, which is called Dvadasami in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said we would use the Sanskrit name of the Tithi, followed by the word Devi, which invokes the light being associated with that moon phase. Om Dvadasami Devye Namaha. Om Dvadasami Devye Namaha. Om Dvadasami Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules the hour. In my local area, this is Venus. I put the flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. For the yoga and the karana, Dr. Pillai said we would only say their names 3 times each, no flower petals. The yoga right now is one called Siddha, and this has the energy of accomplishment. Siddha, Siddha, Siddha. And the karana that is active right now is one called Taitula, which has energies that are steady. Taitula, Taitula, Taitula. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would always look at whatever sign is the ascendant sign, here represented by the letters AC. This is Kanya or Virgo, which is the sign coming up on the eastern horizon right now in my local area. And we would honor the planet that rules the ascendant sign as the starting point. The planet that rules this ascendant of Virgo is Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now, starting with the ascendant sign, we're going to honor the planets in a clockwise direction going around the chart in each sign that has planets in it. Today, the ascendant sign has the Sun and Mercury, who is retrograde, in it. So we start with honoring the Sun and Mercury. They're both in the same star, so I'm going to honor both of these planets before I invoke the star. We start with the Sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Next, we honor Mercury, who is retrograde, which means he's extra powerful. He rules this sign, so he's comfortable here. And he's also exalted here, so he's very strong in this location. We honor Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. The Sun and Mercury are both in a star called Uttara Phalguni. This is a star that has energy for relationships. And many of the archetypes have gotten married in this when the moon was in this particular star. We celebrate this star, and I put the flower petals across the Sun and Mercury. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni is ruled by Aryaman, an archetype who rules contracts, honor, keeping one's word. We ask his blessings for integrity in all that we do. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni's star is ruled by the Sun. I put the flower petals on the Sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya or Virgo, the most detail-oriented of all the zodiac signs, a sign with energies for analysis, logic, numbers, organization. Today containing the Sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health. And Mercury, retrograde, planet of communication, planet of business, computers, numbers, and also a planet that helps with our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign, glowing in a clockwise direction around the chart, is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Vishaka, a star that can give blessings for victory and triumph. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by a pair of archetypes, Indra and Agni. Indra can give blessings for leadership and courage, and Agni can give blessings for transformation and purification. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a sign of energies of balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign, going in a clockwise direction, with planets in it, is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto, who is retrograde, and also Saturn, who is retrograde. Again, when planets are retrograde, they are extra powerful. We honor Pluto, and the mantra we will use for him is Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttarashada. This is a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a particular unique divine universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. We honor the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn, who is retrograde, for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta. This is a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. We ask for blessings from this star, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Danishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule a different sphere of existence. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Danishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put more flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities. Today containing Pluto, a planet that can help us with rationality and science. And Saturn, a planet that can bless us for patience, discipline, perseverance, and compassion and service to others. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune, who is also retrograde. We honor Neptune and we will use the mantra Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star that can give blessings for purification, and a star that has the fire energy of Kundalini. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by an archetype called Aja Ekapada. He can help us to experience deeper levels of silence and stillness, and also help us to experience deeper levels of forgiveness. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that helps with intuition and with understanding our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter, who is also retrograde. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this star is one that can help us with business development. We honor this star. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Arbundia, an archetype who can help to guard treasures and valuables. We ask his blessings to guard our treasures and our valuables. We also ask him to guard our treasure of the earth itself. We honor him. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Arbundiaye Namaha. Om Arbundiaye Namaha. Om Arbundiaye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttara Bhadrapada, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet who helps with everything related to spirituality, our relationship with our teachers, our relationship with the teachings, our relationship with our spiritual community. And he also can help us with wealth and with everything related to banking or legal matters. We pause for a moment and reflect on him. Now, the next Rasi sign with the planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and also Uranus, who is retrograde. Both of these two planets are in the same star, so I will honor both of these planets before I invoke the star. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus, and for him we use the mantra Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Both Rahu and Uranus right now are in a star called Bharani, a star symbolized with the symbol of the yoni, which represents the female private parts. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or energy or power. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals across both Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Yama. He is an archetype of justice. I put the flower petals across both Rahu and Uranus. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that helps us to think outside the box, and a planet that can help us to make friends with new technologies or to become more state-of-the-art in whatever field we're in. And Uranus, a planet that can help with higher intelligence, new innovation, success in life, and also can help us with astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars. We honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in the star called Rohini, which is a star of beauty. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by Brahma. Brahma is an archetype who helps with creation and creativity. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, a grounded and luxury-loving sign, today containing Mars, a planet that helps with performing practical action to solve problems, and also helps us with energies of passion, and a planet that can help with healing. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it, going in a clockwise direction, is Karkata or Cancer, which today contains the moon. We honor the moon. And I don't know why my screen is going a bit dark here. Not sure what just happened. Let me up the brightness here. I don't know what caused that. I apologize. We honor the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Aslesha, a star of mystical power, great mystical power. From this star, we ask the blessings of mystical power as well as the wisdom to never ever abuse power. We honor Aslesha, and I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Asleshaye Namaha. Om Asleshaye Namaha. Om Asleshaye Namaha. Aslesha star is ruled by the Nagas, ancient beings who have great wisdom and know secrets about cycles of time. We ask them to help us with this transition time that we are in right now on our planet. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Nagasye Namaha. Om Nagasye Namaha. Om Nagasye Namaha. Such a star is ruled by the moon, by Mercury, excuse me. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Next, we honor the planet that rules Cancer, which is the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Karkata, or Cancer, the most emotionally sensitive of all the zodiac signs, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Simha, or Leo, which today contains Venus. We honor Venus. I put the flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Uttar Palguni, a star with relationship energies. We honor that star. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Uttar Palgunaye Namaha. Om Uttar Palgunaye Namaha. Om Uttar Palgunaye Namaha. Uttar Palguni star is ruled by Aryaman. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Uttar Palguni star is ruled by the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Simha, or Leo, is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Simha, or Leo, a sign of power and leadership energies, today containing Venus. Among the planets, Venus is considered the diplomat. It's also a planet of passion and happiness, and definitely has energies for relationship. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart and all these little piles of flower petals. And in the air, I pass it over the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now, I take a hand fan and I wave that 3 times around the chart, above the chart, in a clockwise direction, offering the element of air and a cooling breeze. And finally, I ring a bell, offering the element of sound. Ring that around the chart 3 times. Now, I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer for all of these divine beings to bless all of us, to bless us, our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I pray for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I pray for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we can do some short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. I'd like to thank all of you for being here, for your participation and your support. It's very appreciated. And now I can take a few questions in the chat if you want to post them there, and I'll do my best to try and answer them. So I'll check the chat in just a moment after you've had a second or two to type something and see if there's something there to answer for today. It's not essential to have a question every day, so it's okay if you don't have that. But I do want to sincerely thank everyone, whether you post in the chat or not. You're very, very appreciated. The group energy helps all of us to go deeper with the puja. And when we gather together in prayer, it does create a unity consciousness and helps all of us to go into a higher state of mind. So very appreciated. Okay, not seeing any questions in the chat today, which is fine. I do want to be respectful towards your time. And I apologize for the chart getting dark for a few moments there. I don't know why that happened. It did seem to brighten again when I touched the video control. So maybe in the future I will know to try to do that to bring the brightness back. I don't know what I did that caused the darkness to come on board, but thank you for hanging in there with it. Okay, well, thank you all for being here. I'm going to go ahead and say namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. May light encompass all. We do appreciate it if you press the like button and if you subscribe to the channel, as that helps the channel to continue to grow and reach more people with the YouTube algorithms. But thank you everyone for being here today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Namaste.